This is why I cannot stand Pro Football Focus. What is going on, guys? What is going on, 27 Squad? Welcome back into another video. And today we're talking about Pro Football Focus, PFF. And we're going to be diving into their top 50 players going into the 2020 season for the NFL. And you noticed two players that are not on this list, but one that really means a lot to Giants fans. Saquon Barkley is not on this list. So apparently, there are 50 players better than Saquon Barkley going into the 2020 NFL season. And I get that Saquon Barkley had an injury last season. It kept him out of 3 games. He really struggled in 2 of those games against the Detroit Lions and the New York Jets. But he picked it up last season, picked up right where he left off, as a matter of fact, and still finished for 1,000 yards. And is heading into the season with nothing but steam behind him. So listen, I made a video about Saquon Barkley on how I think he will win MVP this season. You guys can check out the link I have up above, the card I have up above, and check that out on how I think Saquon will win MVP. And it's perfect timing. I made that video a couple of days ago, and now this comes out, and this does nothing but add fuel to Saquon's fire. It gives me the opportunity to prove that Saquon can win MVP this season. So this is just another video about that. So if you guys want my explanation on how I think he's definitely a better top 50 player, better than a top 50 player in this league and in this season going into the NFL season, click that card up above. So let's go into Pro Football Focus and their top 50 list, and I'll briefly explain what it is about Pro Football Focus that I don't like very much. Now, they claim they are not a biased kind of organization when it comes to the grading systems, but their grading system is just completely biased, and I'll get into that in just a second. But they claim they are not biased. They claim that it's all facts, it's all analytical, but these analytical statistics are completely biased, and they kind of gave out what they use as their grading system. So let's dive into this top 50 now that you guys kind of know why I don't like Pro Football Focus. By the way, they wanted the Giants to grab up Henry Ruggs, number 4 overall last year. They use the reason why Pro Football Focus is so ridiculous in their statements is because of their grading system. Their grading system is completely biased and it's completely flawed, that they still will run with it to the ground. They always stick to their thing. They are completely just delusional and just mind controlled in their own grading system, that they actually believe this as like biblical law. And you know, they'll say some ridiculous things like Henry Ruggs going at number 4 to the New York Giants. So yeah, let's just keep that in mind. So right from the get-go, you know, number 1 overall, obviously Aaron Donald. I don't think anybody's complaining about that. Patrick Mahomes, number 2. Julio Jones, number 3. Quentin Nelson, number 4. He's great, and I love how they do give love to offensive linemen and players that don't really get a lot of love. George Kittle, number 5. The 5th best player in the NFL? I don't know. But let's just skip all the way down to number 10, and that is Christian McCaffrey. To say that Saquon Barkley is about 40 players below Christian McCaffrey is ridiculous. If somebody wants to make the argument, say somebody came out with this list and Christian McCaffrey was number 10, and let's say Saquon Barkley was at number 15, right? That's debatable right there. I like that. That's fine. That is your opinion. My thing is not having, my thing is not them having Christian McCaffrey over Saquon Barkley, is how much they have him over. Saquon Barkley's not even mentioned in this. Check this out. Check this out. Let's talk about Christian McCaffrey, right? Saquon Barkley is nowhere in here compared to Christian McCaffrey. You could skip all the way down to the next running back, and I believe the next running back is number 27, and that is Nick Chubb. So you have here Nick Chubb. I think Ezekiel Elliott may be ahead of Nick Chubb as well. I don't know. But it says you can make the argument that Nick Chubb is the best running back in the NFL right now. The only thing holding the case back is the lack of sample size compared to players like Christian McCaffrey, Ezekiel Elliott, and others. Not even mentioning Saquon Barkley, right? Chubb is averaging more than 4 yards per carry. Yeah. You don't even mention Saquon Barkley. And Saquon Barkley, in his rookie year, averaged 5 yards per carry. And his second year, he averaged just about I believe 4.3 yards per carry. So to say here that Nick Chubb is averaging over 4 yards per carry after contact, fine. You could also see here that Ezekiel Elliott is not even on the list either. So apparently there's 50 players better than him as well. But I think Saquon Barkley is the best running back in the NFL. And if you want to debate Christian McCaffrey, everybody has the right to do so. If somebody thinks Christian McCaffrey has a case to be the best in the NFL, I don't disagree, and you can debate that. I disagree to some degree, but I don't disagree completely. I think there could be a debate in that just by a production standpoint. But to say that Saquon Barkley is about 40 players, and we don't even know, there's no honorable mentions in here as well. So to say that Saquon Barkley is at least 40 players below Christian McCaffrey is mind-blowing. If you want to have Christian McCaffrey below and have him in the top 20, maybe that's still absurd. But still, to say that going into 2020, to say that a player like Tom Brady is going to be better than Saquon Barkley going into 2020, are you serious? I mean, we all know Tom Brady isn't what he was for the past couple of years. Ryan Ramczyk, who is a great right tackle in this league, right? Was drafted in the 2017 draft. I wanted the Giants to take him in that draft. To say that he's at 26, Saquon Barkley can't even hold this guy's jockstrap is what PFF is saying. PFF is saying Ryan Ramczyk is about 25 players better than Saquon Barkley, right? Myles Garrett, fine. Anthony Harris, a guy who's been standing out for, one season now, who's had one great season. Yeah, and check this out. Derwin James, right? You can make the argument Saquon Barkley is not on this list because of injury. At least Saquon Barkley played this season and still had 1,000 yards. Derwin James missed the whole freaking season. Right? And he's still 31st in the league. They're grading his rookie season. Derwin James, overall, PFF. Oh, come on. During his rookie season, 87.8, and showed how dominant he could be. So this is just basically biasness. This is all projected, and it is in a way projected because we're grading out top 50 players going into the 2020 season. But Derwin James didn't play a snap last season. He had the whole season off because of injury. So you can't throw in the whole Saquon Barkley was injured, that's why he didn't make this list. Derwin James didn't sniff the 2019 season and still made it to 31st on the top 50 players going into 2020. If this isn't bias, if this isn't just terribly subjective, I don't know what is. PFF has had a vendetta on the Giants for such a long time. Sam Monson, who hates Daniel Jones with every fiber of his being, still cannot come to the realization that Daniel Jones is going to be a good quarterback in the NFL. He still does not believe in Daniel Jones and still degrades him. Devontae Adams is another player who comes in at 38th on this list. A big reason why the Green Bay Packers were struggling with their wide receivers is that Devontae Adams was hurt for a lot of the season. And I think we could all agree that Devontae Adams probably is not a top 5 wide receiver in the NFL. Top 10, you can make that agree. You can make that that case here. But they're basically saying here that Devontae Adams ranks higher as a wide receiver than Saquon Barkley does as a running back, which makes absolutely no sense. And they also have Nick Bosa here at 41, which is fine because he only had one season. It's a low sample size. He had a great one season, but it's still his rookie season. Saquon Barkley has had 2 seasons under his belt, and he still ran for 1,000 yards hurt. So that's it, guys. We have Ezekiel Elliott off this list, Aaron Rodgers, and most importantly, Saquon Barkley. I want to get your thoughts in the comment section below. What do you guys think about this list? It's completely bogus. Do not listen to a word PFF says. Now, there are some things you have to take account, like their offensive lineman rankings. I tend to agree with. They also had Andrew Thomas as the best tackle. I like the way they do some of their grades, but some of them, their rankings are really ridiculous. Their projections are really ridiculous. Very just like circus clown, circus type of grades and projections. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed. Subscribe if you guys are new. I'll see you guys in the next video.